On September 11th, 2001, I was at my dorm room at Lincoln University in southern Pennsylvania. The impact it had on me personally was that it made me more aware of why the world may not like the things that we do or the things that the government does in our name. And its impact on the world really is it made people stop and try to appreciate not only themselves but other people, because you never know what's going to happen.
Alright, so my brother was in the Air Force. The time when 9/11 happened, he was a staff sergeant. He did basically communications and electrical work. So like he basically made sure that like the networks, everything worked. Like he did a lot of telephone, like telephone technology and stuff like that. He actually met Bill Clinton. That was kind of cool. But anyway, he, after 9/11 happened, like as soon as Bush, I guess, declared war, he was sent to Saudi Arabia to a base in Saudi Arabia, American base, and his base was actually one of the bases to send missiles to Iraq, and it's kind of scary having like him, my brother, over, within, basically in the same area as all this things you see on TV, like car bombing and I remember the first night that like the war started. I just remember like seeing this, like clouds of smoke and just a lot of fire and lights and planes flying over and bombs dropping. And it was kind of scary thinking like, yeah, I'm over here in New Jersey and I'm watching on TV bombs flying around and people being blown apart. And my brother's, miles away from there. So it's kind of scary.
What 9/11 had on me was, it just hurt my heart because I seen all these families just lose like their sons and daughters, and it had me crying. Like I felt so bad.
What effect did 9/11 have on me? I remember I dropped my children off at school and I heard it on the radio and I thought it wasn't real at first. And then I remembered it was the day after Labor Day. We had a party the day before. My friend's husband had an office in the tower, and I was really worried that he was there because he was supposed to be leaving the night before. And I found that he was safe, but a bunch of his employees were hurt catastrophically, and some of them passed away, sadly. So, how did it affect my life and my world? My girls were really little, and so I guess the thing that I most was affected with them was that how they couldn't understand in like a Macy's snow globe with why it still had the towers and why there wasn't a plane going through, and how their like young and uninformed response didn't really understand the great tragedy that it was initially to the world, and how it's just changed everybody's life and perspective.
The effect 9/11 had on me was it left me scarred for life, and that's why I joined the Army.
Well, I'm kind of scared to fly a little bit because you're always looking around the corner just to see if there might be a terrorist on board your plane.
Okay, on September 11th, 2001, I was in my college bedroom, just waking up. My roommate came, woke me up, and said there's been a terrorist attack, and jumped out of bed and was wondering what's going on, watch the news, and then I had to go to class that day, and actually still had school, still had class, and we just talked about the effects. So personally, it affected me because I knew a couple people that were involved in the World Trade Center, friends of friends, friends that I had met, acquaintances, things like that. So it touched me on a personal level on that note. It made me look at people in a different way, especially people of the Afghanistan race and things like that. Every time you go and you go into an airport, you see people like that. You have that in the back of your mind: is today the day where something's going to happen? Security has definitely been at a much higher risk now. Airports especially, you can't do anything. You can't walk on a plane without being double, triple searched, and you go through all these metal detectors, and they have dogs there, things like that. So it raises the awareness level of the people of the nation all across the world, on the security level.
Yeah. Alright, when 9/11 happened, I remember we were in like 4th grade or something, and I remember like going home that day, and on the news, like they obviously had it all over the news. And then my aunt called, and my aunt worked 2 buildings down from the World Trade Center, and she said that she had to walk out the Brooklyn Bridge, and she had spent the entire day trying to get over the Brooklyn Bridge, and there was just a giant mass of people trying to leave. I feel like ever since then, people have just been more patriotic, and people care, and people have like those support our troops and all that stuff. So I think it really brought the country together.